They talk, they communicate the vernacular language only, not of, I think, no official language like Sanskrit. But Sanskrit was a common language of subcontinent in those days. Before British people came to India, a Sanskrit was a subcontinent language in the subcontinent areas of India. It is a classical language, not for common people. Common people use their own vernacular languages. That is called third point here. Today, English is a lingua franca. English is a lingua franca. That means short of link language. Today we call it English is a link language. Even though English is a link language, but it is also permitted to some section of people, educators, graduates, postgraduates who studied the background of English medium. They only speak the language. They only write English language. Not for common man, not for common people in every state. Common people, they don't know how to use, they don't know how to write it, but only the educated people know how to speak English, how to write English, how to communicate English in society. Okay. Here some people say that English is a link language, but it does not link the rural people. Some scholars say that, language experts say that still now, English is a link language, but it does not link to the common man, common people. Okay, there are 4 points here. English becomes official language after India got independence, and also official people speak English, official people write English everywhere, and they communicate to each other with the writing of English and speaking of English. And also English becomes associate language, and also English becomes additional language. So we call English is official language. We call it English as a associate language. We call it English as a additional language. 3 names we call it. These 3 names also mentioned in the exam point of view. English becomes official language. English becomes associate language. English becomes additional language. Right. India has always had a problem of common language. We know very well. We discussed later. We discussed previously also. India has always had a problem of common language. There is no common language in India to speak all people. Okay. Yes, they know common language in India. This is the most important point to remember that. After independence, before independence, there is no common language of English. There is no common language of any language in India. Okay.
Sir, please tell me the page number, no?
Please. Page number, I think, no, I can tell you. That question I'll tell you. English continues to be the medium of instruction in our universities. English continues to be the medium of instruction in our universities and colleges. After India got independence, in every university, in every college, English is a medium. There is a compulsory subject. All sciences, mathematics, arts groups, economics, politics, civics, commerce, all subjects are taught in English only in colleges and also universities in post-graduation, MCOM, MA, okay, MA Political Science, MA Economics, MA Philosophy, like that, MA Psychology. So English is a compulsory subject. English is a, I think definitely medium of English is compulsory in the universities as well as colleges. English continued to grow as a language of administration. Still now, if you observe that, English is a developed to use the language of English in administrative section, especially in those days, the British people was ruling the India. The administrators were there, mostly British people. Later, in India, only very few people are worked as a administrators, superintendents, okay, senior superintendents, senior assistants in the offices, government sector, mostly the administrative section. Who are there? The people who knows English, the people who speak English, the people who knows write English, those people only appointed as administrators. That means administrative section completely runs by the known of English people in those days. And also judiciary system, the court and law and order, lawyers and judges, they only communicate, they only talk, they only communicate in English language. That means in judiciary system, English is official language. Okay. And education system, almost all colleges and universities only run by the subject of English. That is called all subjects are taught in English, all subjects are discussed in English only. That means English medium was continued, English education was continued in the universities after India got independence, right? Since Indian language got crippled during the British period. So these are the changes were going on after India got a independence. I once again tell you, India never had a common language after India got a independence. The first point. Second point, before the British colonial, before the British colonial rule, before the British colonial rule, that means before the British people came to India, before the British people came to India, so one language was there. It is the official language. They call Sanskrit, but namesake is official language, but it does not belong to the common people. It only belongs to the classical people or class one people, the people who knows well of knowledge of Sanskrit. Those people only use the language of Sanskrit and speak and talk. But common man should not talk, should not write, should not speak because they understand how to use the Sanskrit. That's why it's only official people, class one people, not of class four people, right? Next point, today English is a lingua franca or short of link. We call it English is a link language today. But even though English is a link language, it does not link language to all the, I think, people. It only permitted to some section of people. They call official people. Okay, remaining people, they use their vernacular languages in their states, in every state in India. Right. Next point, English becomes official language. English becomes associate language. English becomes additional language. We call it English becomes official language. English becomes associate language. English becomes additional language. Every area. That means no, officially they are using English. Officially they speak English. They write English. Associate also, yes, they use the English. And additional language. English is additional language in addition to our mother tongue, in order to regional languages. The people use the English in everywhere in addition to their mother tongue. Next point, India has always had a problem of common language. We discussed already. India has had a common problem of common language. There is no common language. Multicultural, multi languages are there. Okay. English continued to be the medium of instruction in our universities and colleges. English continues to be the medium of instruction. The medium of instruction, the medium of language is English. If you study biology, science, and mathematics, commerce, you should use the medium of English only. Through English medium, all subjects available to the students to study, to get knowledge, to write, to communicate. Next, English continued to grow as the language of administration and also judiciary system and education system. That means now in three areas, educational area, judicial area, administrative area, English was used, English was spoken, English was written, English was communicated from person to person. Okay, that's why it's official language, link language. Okay. Since India, since Indian languages got crippled during the British period, that means in British period also still the common man facing problem of language. That instead of using English language, they use their vernacular language. These are the changes occurred in the after independence got India. That was the condition of English in those days. Now come to the fourth block. No, I think in the somebody asked page numbers. Page number 135. Commissions, committees and commissions. Committees and commissions. We discuss page number 132, 130, 130, 131. We come to page number no 130, 131. Today, what I am going to talk, no, those topics are there. Committees and commissions. Committees and commissions. Okay. First, we discuss the University Commission. 1950 was started. 1950s it was started. University Commissions. Okay. In the University Commission, no, English has become the so much part of our national habit. And at the nation of India, many people, majority people, use the language of English in the university education system. Right? Every university, they use the language of English to discuss, to say, to do, or to speak out. they use language. English is a compulsory subject. English is a medium of subject. English is a medium of subject to study any subject in the universities only. Okay. Second thing, English has divided the people into two nations. By introducing English, the entire university system, college system, here we have to remember that we have to, I think, focus the 2 points only. English has divided the people into two nations. The few who govern and the many who are governed. Governing people, governed people. Remember, actors and passive voice now. The people who use the language of English, the people who write the language of English, the people who communicate the language of English, they are governing people. The people who do not use the language of English, the people who do not write the language of English, they are governed people. That means now here also the English language divide the people into two sections. One section is governing people, one section is governed people. That means no, the person who knows the language of English, the person who speaks the language of English, they govern others only. Others are not spoken, others are not written, that's why they are governed people. So the two section of people we see in society generally, especially in the university education system and also college education system, we find out that. The University Education Commission was appointed first 1948. 1948, University Education System was appointed in India. 1948, University Education System was appointed. Okay, okay. University System of appointed 1948, right? Okay. Then in 1951, the Committee on Primary Education. In 1951, the Committee on Primary Education was started. 1951, the Commission started the primary education. That means the first priority given the primary education. 1951. Okay. Next one, 1952, secondary education system was started. 92, secondary education system was started. Okay. Somebody can raise a hand. Yes. Somebody can write B. Lakshmi Bhavani. B. Lakshmi Bhavani. What do you want, please? Yes. Lakshmi Bhavani. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So 1951, the committee primary education was started. In 1952, secondary education system was started. Education was started. The Indian Education Commission is also called the Hunter Commission. One more name is there, Indian Education System, especially the Indian Education Commission is also called Hunter Commission. The other name is there, the Hunter Commission or Indian Education Committee, Indian Education Commission. Indian Education Commission also called Hunter Commission. It developed the primary and secondary education. Hunter Education Commission or Indian Education Commission, important point is that two, primary education, secondary education. The main aspect of, the main object of Indian Commission, Indian Education Commission object is, Indian Education Commission main target is to focus on the developing of primary education and secondary education. There are two important key points, remember that. So primary education, secondary education are very important in sight of Indian Education Commission. Okay. Here, next we discuss the Calcutta University Commission. Discuss the Calcutta University Commission. A Calcutta University also a commission. This commission of Calcutta University recommended that intermediate classes are separated from the university. Pre-university education, that is called intermediate classes were separated. Intermediate education separated from the university education. Don't mingle with the university. It separated it. So that is the main object of Calcutta Commission. Calcutta University Commission says that divide the, separate the, okay, replace the intermediate education system from the university education system. That is the main point. The mother tongue be used as the medium of instruction in intermediate colleges. If we need, we use the compulsion to use the mother tongue also. Mother tongue, because if you introduce the mother tongue intermediate level, no, they understand very easily. Understanding levels are increases regarding subject of anything, either science or arts. So that means there should be a chance to use the mother tongue. There should be a chance that there should be a chance to use the mother tongue or to read the mother tongue in intermediate level, not in the university level. Next one, and also Calcutta University Commission also, yes, they educate the children in primary school be more fun, natural. So in primary level now, we should not teach all these things. We should make the students, we should make the small children to showing the interest of nature. So that means conducting activities, singing songs, explaining the nature, explaining forest, showing the forest, showing animals, tell about animals like this. No, basically the small children easily attract the nature. So nature-wise objects, nature-wise things, nature-wise devices, we have to explain them to understand, to increase their memory, to increase their, I think, no understanding levels also. Don't teach all these things. Don't should not focus on their mind to, I think, other subject. Only you have to focus on their mind to understand nature and nature objects and elements. That also Calcutta University Commission says that. Next one, no, curriculum of a rural middle class school be close related to the environment of the children, especially the 6th to 7th class students, 6th class to 7th class age, 6th class to so nearly 12 to 10 to 12 to 12 years age, 12 years age children now in the primary middle class education, especially the middle class school, 6th to 7th class now. We have to focus those students and the very close to the environment of children. So environment, summer season, winter season, okay, then rainy season, the seasons, what things are going to happen in seasons, no. So environmental side, environmental science, you have to focus them. Environmental science you teach them. So solar system, okay, sun cyclones, then what you call I think, no, basic things which are going to describe in the environmental science, no, those things you have to focus them to understand their levels. And mother tongue as the far as possible be the medium of instruction. In high school level, definitely you should focus on use the mother tongue to understand, to discuss, to communicate each other regarding subjects also. Okay, here to discuss subjects, no, compulsory. You have to focus them to develop the mother tongue. Mother tongue is compulsory to use by themselves in every language, Tamil or Telugu or Malayalam or Hindi is a compulsory. Mother tongue is a important. Mother tongue is a first priority to give the high school students to understand, to analyze their ideas, analyze their thoughts, analyze their things also in school level. These are the points Calcutta Commission proposed that, supported that. Okay, so what question is given? Write about the Calcutta Commission. Means, no, all these points you can mention that. I once again tell you, first point, University Education Commission, 1950 started here. Okay, English has become so much part of our national habit. Entire nation, they habituated using of English in those days. English has divided into two people inside, in the two sections of people in society. One is called the people who are using English. They are less only. They are governing people. The people who are not using English, they are more. They are called governed people. Governing people, governed people. Two sections of people generally we see in society. Okay. The University Education Commission was appointed first 1948. University Education Commission was appointed 1948. After 1948, University Education Commission, now, they are focused two things: primary education, secondary education. Primary education, 1951. Secondary education, 1952. They established the focus only. Okay. Then Indian Education Commission, also called Hunter Commission. One more name called Indian Education Commission, also Hunter Commission. Okay. Right. Next, Calcutta University Commission. Next, no, Calcutta University Commission. Calcutta University Commission recommended that intermediate classes were separated. Intermediate classes should be separate from the university education system. Don't mingle with the university education students. You can separate them, divide them, replace them from the university education system. That is the first agenda, main agenda of the Calcutta Commission. They propose that. Second point, no, mother tongue should be used in intermediate level. Again, the students' understanding. in every state. That's the second proposal. Third proposal, no, yes, the especially the children's, the small children, 1 to 5th class age, they have to focus them. You should focus them, those children, to understand nature, to think nature, to know nature. Yes, especially hills, okay, forest, surroundings, village atmosphere, all the surroundings are where you are staying that. First, make them to understand surroundings only. Second point, no, the high school middle class section students know, make them to understand environment. First, no, first one, they understand the nature. Second one, they understand environmental science. So through environment, what are the benefits are there? Through environment, what are the losses are there? All these things are going to learn, not a subject only. Third thing, no, yes, Calcutta Commission also says that, propose that mother tongue should be used. Mother tongue is the first priority to understand, to analyze any subject, any content. These are points of committees and commissions of Calcutta. Okay. Next one, the Secondary Education Commission. Next one, the Secondary Education Commission. Yes, think about that. Secondary Education Commission, right? So, in Secondary Education Commission, what are they? It is also called, one more name is there, Secondary Education Commission or Mudaliyar Commission. Mudaliyar Commission or Secondary Education Commission. One more name called Mudaliyar Commission or Secondary Education Commission. So, in Secondary Education Commission or Mudaliyar Commission, what it says that, what is going to say that, methods of teaching. So, this commission says that, the commission proclaims that, the commission expresses that, the commission talks to us methods of teaching. What kind of teaching methods are there? How to use the methods of teaching in classroom. It focus that. Second thing, evaluation. How to give marks. How to give marks. How to evaluate the papers in the exam point of view. Yes, and also discuss it. Third one, no, examination system. Third one, no, examination system. So how to conduct exam? By conducting exam, what are rules and regulations are there? All the instructions are also given. That means here the Secondary Education Commission or the Modular Commission focuses 3 important points only. Point 1, methods of teachings. Second point, evaluation of papers. Third point, no, conducting of examination system. These are 3 points it focuses that. And also the teacher and the student are the people into organic relationship. Maintain the good relationship with the teacher and the students only. As the teachers of you, we should maintain. Yes, please.
So can you repeat those 3 points?
Once again, tell you, listen carefully. The Modular Commission or Secondary Education Commission says 3 points only. Number 1 point, methods of teaching. Number 2 point, evaluation of papers. Number 3rd point, examination system. How to conduct examination system, how to evaluate the paper, how to give marks to the students, and what kind of methods you are teaching in the classroom. These 3 points it focus that. In addition to that, the same commission also says that the teacher and the student or people relationship are most important. Maintain good relationship with the teachers and the students only. The teachers and the students both are in positive. They maintain good relationship. Learning is taken place much and more here. That's why they get very good result. They are physically, mentally, psychologically, students has been grown up. Okay. Second point, no. Yes, next point. Students' personality also most important. The teachers of your own way, we should also think about not only for methods of teaching, not only for giving marks, not only for conducting exam, and also personally, we have to identify their personality. Yes, personally, how they are behaving, personally, how they are changing by day. And also standards of work. Suppose work is given, how they are maintaining that. And also judgment also. We judge also. Yes, he is developing. Yes, he grows up. Yes, he is learning. Such kind of judgment also, the teacher of you, we should judge the students only. And also attitudes and values. We also observe that attitude, how the student behaves in the classroom. Out of the classroom, we have to focus on the personality, we have to focus on the attitude, we have to focus on the, I think, standards of education among the students, and also we have to give judgment also from the students. Yes, the student has done good. Yes, the student has been learning good. That kind of judgment also are going to do that. And also, good methods are psychologically and socially sound. So, good methods, if inculcate among the students, know the students are psychologically good, physically, psychologically, students are good. Whenever we follow whenever we maintain good relationship, whenever we teach good things to students only. The good things changing the students' mind physically, psychologically, and emotionally. Okay. Right method of teaching and the right kind of teachers are essential. Here, teachers are essential. Teacher is essential. Teacher is a key part. Teacher is a backbone. Teacher is a fundamental and predominant part of the, I think, methodology of teaching. That's why when teacher is good, ultimately students are good. When teacher is not good, students are not good. That means as the teacher, as the students in the classroom. So the development, personality development, physical development, social development, awareness, all these things are getting through the teachers only. That is the here secondary commission says that. Okay, teachers also very important. Teachers learning also very important. Teachers knowledge is very important. Teachers vision is most important. Teachers involvement is most important. Teachers are role play to the students only. Right. And also activity method, project method are very essential. So the teachers should focus on the not of teaching much and more here is we have to make the involvement of the students to learn conducting various kinds of activities and also projects. Give some projects, they can do it. Give some clues, no? Giving clues and basing the by taking the clues, no, the students should start the project work. Through project work, he can give one message to society in every field, agriculture field or any engineering field or science field, any field, no, the students should learn happily without any agitation when the teachers are giving the projects, small projects, needful project, useful project to the development of society in contemporary days. Okay. The number of examinations should be reduced. So conducting of exams are reduced only. Instead of conducting more exams, no, first of all, we can develop the students conducting the objective type, not a essay type. Conducting essay type, okay, you have to conduct the object type. Then overall idea they get only. That is the main focus point of secondary education commission said that. I once again tell you, the Secondary Education Commission, first point, the Secondary Education Commission, also called Modular Commission. This commission has focused on 3 points: methods of teaching, second one, evaluation, third one, examination system. The teacher and the students should maintain good relationship in the classroom. Okay. And also the students' personality, the students' standards of work, then judgment of students, attitude of students also very important. Students' values, attitudes, and also very important. Students' personality also very important to develop all-round methods. Okay, and good methods are psychologically and socially sound. The teacher improve the, I think, initiate the good methods in the teachings now. Definitely, the students are good psychologically and physically. Right method of teaching, and the right kind of teachers are essential. Right methods the teachers should follow, and right teachers also very important. Right teachers are very important in the school level or college level. Okay, and also teachers should conduct activities and projects among the students to develop their knowledge socially, politically, economically. And also the number of examinations should be reduced. So reduce the exam system. First of all, we have to make them to think, to analyze regarding subject. That's why conducting objective exams. By conducting objective exams, now they think about it. So thinking is, creativity is developed in the student's mindset only. This is the points focused by Secondary Education Commission. Okay. Now, next one now, the Sergeant Committee, 1944. The Sergeant Committee or a system of universal. Next commission, a Sargent Committee. It was started in 1944. A system of universal. Okay, this is called a system of universal. It is everywhere. Okay, it is a compulsory. A Sargent Committee is a compulsory free education for all boys and girls. Government should take responsible to give free education for all the boys and girls in all subjects. This is universal education system called Sargent Committee. Says that 1944 was started in India. Okay, then from the ages of 6 and 14 age, so a boy or girl has 6 years now. Immediately you take him, join as student in school. 6 to 14 years age, compulsory. They study high school education system. Medium of instruction by mother tongue. First of all, we should provide the mother tongue for the students only. Through mother tongue, they interact. Through mother tongue, they talk. Through mother tongue, they communicate. Through mother tongue, they understand. Through mother tongue, they improve their psychology. They improve their ideology. They improve their own thoughts also. That's why first priority should give to the mother tongue only. Should give mother tongue only. Okay. The committee also recommended the need for training teachers. This commission, the Sargent Committee, also proposed that. What proposed that? Teachers should be trained. Compulsory, every teacher who is in the schools, no, they should be trained. Training is very essential. Training is mandatory for the teachers who are teaching in the schools level, primary education or secondary education. Okay. And also, for teachers, no, they conduct the reference courses. By conducting the reference course, no, the teacher becomes enlightened. The teacher has learned a lot of things. The teacher learned new concepts, new methods, new ideas in his teaching. Those concepts, those methods are useful to the, I think, students where he is teaching, where he is working. That's why here is a, yes, reference course also conducting everywhere. Reference course means mathematics, sciences, physical sciences, biological sciences, geography, social studies. In their concerned subjects, no, reference courses are given by experts in the universities level only. They give training 1 week or 10 days or 12 days or 13 days, okay, 1 month. This reference course of 1 month or 10 days or 1 week is very, very useful to the teachers, especially in the different kinds of fields. Okay. Now, the University Education Commission, headed by Dr. Radhakrishna conceived. Dr. Radhakrishna, yes, you know, Sarip Radhakrishnan is a very great philosopher. Great philosopher. Okay. Yes. The role of university education is broad. First of all, if you are studying university means you should maintain broad thinking, broad mind, not of narrow mind. So university education system always encouraging, enlightening to develop, to inculcate broad thinking, not narrow thinking. Is the most important. This idea was proposed by Dr. Sriyapal Radhakrishnan. Okay. And also says no, awakening the innate ability of women and men. So what kind of abilities they have, the men and women know, we have to motivate them by conducting the yes programs, conducting seminars, conducting examinations. So every time the students should develop. So physically, mentally, psychologically, they should change. They should bring change to society. That's why university education system always make a person to think about universal, not a, I think one area. To think about universal. Yeah, the university means you're universal. You know everything else. You know all the world. That kind of world knowledge, wisdom means no all-round knowledge, nothing but wisdom. Such kind of panoramic plethora of ideas we have, we can develop it through the studying in the university education system. Okay. And also he says that no, to live the life of soul by development of wisdom, to live the life of soul, yes, inner conscious, yes, I have learned, yes, I've been learning, yes, I'm learning. Such kind of positive race, positive ideology, you can develop it by studying in the university education system. That's why university education system is very important, predominant education system. It changes, It molds the person completely to think in universal level, to think in understand universal level, not a narrow level. Okay. And development of values like a fearlessness of mind and strength of consciousness. When you join universities now, you don't have fear. Fear is gone, tension is gone. You can talk freely, you can express your feelings, you can share your feelings fearfully, without any fear, without nervousness only. He said that. Okay. Yeah. English should continue to be studied in schools and universities. English should continue to be studied in school and universities. In universities and schools, no, English should be implemented. English should be implemented. English is a good subject. By learning of knowing of English subject, no, we understand entire world. We understand entire the nation also, worldwide also. You think about it. Okay. And also, English should continue to be studied in school and universities only. English should be studied in the school level, college level, university level. In 3 levels now, we study English. So we use the English medium instruction. English medium instructions are there in 3 levels: school level, intermediate level, degree level, or post-graduation level. Okay. Living stream of ever growing knowledge. Yes, living stream of ever growing knowledge. So first of all, we are living this world. As we are living this world now, first of all, we can develop the broad thinking, and also whenever you can develop the broad thinking, broad ideas, good knowledge in subject now, definitely that knowledge is make you to develop, make you to grow in all rounds, in all round, in always in all situations. It keeps you. These are the main points of the Sargent Committee. I once again tell you, the Sargent Committee, it was started in 1944. This was a universal system. It was a compulsory committee. Okay. Here, I can just committee know free education for all the boys and girls. The government should give free education for all the boys and girls only. And the medium of instruction is mother tongue. Mother tongue, if you use the mother tongue, no, the students can understand very easily in mother tongue to communicate well. And also, the committee also not only recommending the mother tongue, not only recommending the compulsory education, and also recommending the good teachers who have been trained in good institutions, did B.Ed, did M.Ed, who have been trained in good institutions now. For those good people, only useful to enter as a teaching profession, teaching area. They can do, they should do justification for their concerned subjects. Okay. And also, teachers should take reference course also. Reference courses should provide to the teachers who are working in private sector or public sector. If a chance has given in so and so center, reference course is given 1 week, 1 month, 1 days, or 10 days. No, definitely you should enroll it in webinars. And I think no, you also participate, attend to leisure time. Very valuable thing also, valuable idea also. Okay. The University Education Commission, headed by Dr. Radhakrishnan. Okay, Sarapalli Radhakrishnan. Yes, he says no. The role of university education in broad thinking. The role of university education system is to think broadly, to analyze the ideas broadly, to develop the broad thinking, to listen bad thinking, to listen the broad thinking, not narrow thinking. So narrow thinking always make a person become depression. A broad thinking, a good thinking, universal thinking always make a person become anxiety and enlightenment. Okay. And also, we should also develop the education for women, not only for men. So education also equally going to priority of men, equally priority to women, also equally priority of men. That's why both are working, both are got same salaries or same wages. And also here is to live the life soul by developing wisdom. So when the soul becomes happy, when you got a wisdom. What is wisdom? All round knowledge. All round knowledge. Yeah, wisdom. If you have wisdom, no, definitely your soul become pure and holy. Yes, one day we will leave this world. That is, I think, peaceful life, a tranquil life. When we adopt, when we get such a kind of knowledge of wisdom, all-round knowledge of wisdom. If you get it, no, definitely your soul, your mind becomes so tranquil and peaceful. Okay. And also here is a English should continue to be the studied in school and universities. Compulsory in school level, university level, we should study English subject. We should study English subject only. That is very, very useful to them. Very, very useful to them. Okay. Right? Okay. Then living stream of ever growing of knowledge. So if you have a living stream, good thoughts, good ideas, good positive thinking, definitely your knowledge is, your wisdom is everlasting. So ever growing knowledge. Every day you learn knowledge. Every day you get knowledge. Every day you talk in the knowledge only. So knowledge is become updated when you have such a kind of university education system. When you have, I think, follow all the instructions only. This is called the Sargent committee says that. Okay. Yes. Okay. Any doubt, please? Yeah. Okay. We discussed today how many topics now? English after independence, we discussed that. Second thing, committees and commissions, we discussed that. Okay. Calcutta University Commission, we discussed that. The Secondary Education Commission, we discussed that. Or Mudalar commissions, we discussed that. And the Sargent committee also, we discussed that. So among these commissions, definitely one question is there. One question easily attempted. Okay. Come to page numbers now. I tell you. So you go through 132 page number and 133 page numbers, and also here 130 page number, 131 page number. Go through that. 130 page number, 131 page number. Go through that. Okay. And 129 also. 129 English after independence. 129 page number is there. English after independence. 129 page number. 130 page number, 131 page number now, committees and commissions are there, especially the Sargent committee is there and University Education Commission also there. 132, Secondary Education Commission was there. Secondary Education Commission was there. 133, Kothari Commission. This also very briefly I tell you, Kothari Commission. So Kothari Commission is one of the commission. In this commission, no, in 1961, it was started. Exam point of also important, this Kothari Commission. Okay, here, the 6th commission to submit recommendation on education free India. Education is free India. Everyone, education is given to everyone. Education is given to everyone. That is the main object of, main point of Kothari Commission. Indian government should give free education to all in all areas, all schools. Okay. 1961, it was started that. Okay. And also here is a 3-language formula is there. 3-language formula. Okay. In the primary level, only 2 languages, mother tongue and other tongue. Okay. In school level, no, I think 3 languages, mother tongue 1, then Hindi, national language, and other tongue English. Okay. English, Hindi, mother tongue compulsory school education. 3 languages. 3 languages are introduced. The student get knowledge only. They got Hindi knowledge. They got mother tongue language. They have then other tongue English only. They know how to speak English. They know how to write English. They know how to speak in Hindi. They know how to write in Hindi, and also they know how to speak and write in mother. 3-language formula proposed by Kothari Commission, 1961. It was started page number 133. Okay. This Kothari Commission said that English should continue as a library language. This commission says no, English a library. Why it is called English a library language? Because if you go to library, n number of books are there. The medium of instruction of English, no, we get any book. You want to get commerce, you want to get for political science, you want to get, I think, any book. If you want to get, no, the books are available. Plenty of books, plethora of books are available in library. That's why English is a library language. And also, English is an international language. It links to all countries in the world. And also, English is a official language. English is a official language, international language, library language. Okay. And the proficiency of English is very important to understand any subject. Proficiency of English is very important to write any subject, any content. Proficiency of English is very important to understand anything else or any person. So you understand very clearly, to write very clearly, to explain very clearly, to speak out very clearly when you have more languages. One is Telugu language, you know very well. Then Hindi language also very, very important. English language very important. Okay, right? So here is learning of languages, using of language is very important. If you don't know usage of language, you are indirectly dead person. Yes, that is the Pathari Commission says that very clearly. Okay, in high school levels, 1 to 5th class, compulsory mother tongue is there. In national mother tongue, basic subject Hindi. Yes, just basic concepts, basic words you can teach. If you come to the 6th and 7th class, 2 subjects you can start it here. If you come to high school level, 8th and 10th class, 3 subjects are compulsory. One is mother tongue, one is English, one is other tongue. Okay, maybe I think any subject. So mother tongue English, the mother tongue Telugu, other tongue English, and national subject Hindi. These 3 subjects are compulsory in high school level or everywhere. This is must and should. This is must and should. Is a mandatory for the student should learn 3 language formula in according to Pathari Commission. Right? This is Pathari Commission says that. So totally, here the commissions are very important. 3 commissions are very important. We discussed that. Calcutta Commissioner, Pathari Commission, and also Secondary Education Commission, we discussed. Okay, right. Then, and also in the page number 135. If you count page number 135, 135 page number. University Education Commission, 1948 to 1949. 1948 to 1949. What are they? We discussed major recommendations. What is the University Education Commission recommends that? What it recommends? We discussed page number 135. First one, to teach that life has a meaning. Yes. Yes, every human being, life is very important. Life is most important. We are all living human beings, right? That's why life is important. So how should we maintain our life? That's the first point focused by the University Education Commission, 1948-1949. It talks major recommendations, aims of education. What is the aim of education? To teach that life has a meaning, to awaken the innate ability. Yes, whatever inner abilities we have, to make them, to develop them, inner abilities of every person. And also to live the life and soul by developing wisdom. So you shall try to get wisdom also. That means wisdom means all-round knowledge. You never stick on to one place only. You always think universal mind. You always develop the universal ideology. You always develop the universal mentality. Yes, I'm not belong to one area. I belong to entire the universe. Such a kind of universal ideas, universal thoughts, we can inculcate it, develop it by day, by reading books, by knowing, by discussions only. Okay. To acquaint with the social philosophy, we should govern all social philosophy also. Philosophy also most important. Philosophy, that means discussions, philosophy. Everybody has own philosophy. Okay. And also not only follow your philosophy and also follows other philosophies if you need in society, because we are in society, sometimes we also take other philosophy, not only follow your own philosophy, right? And also to train the self-development. And self-development is most important. Self-thinking is most important. Self-awareness is most important. I think, spoken is most important. So development to self-made is the best made. Okay, self-thinking is the best thing. Okay, so it think about what is good, what is not good, what is right, what is not wrong. So you always analyze your mind, analyze your body, analyze your way of thinking. That is called self-thinking. Also, you should develop it. Second thing now, teaching staff. Okay, what kind of teaching staff for their universities only? How to use them? Those teaching staffs we can think about. And the standards of teaching. How to develop the standards of teaching for the students level. What kind of methods we should follow to develop the standard teachings for the changing of circumstances in the entire India or abroad. No, develop the standards of teachings only. Methods of standards of teaching we should develop it. Then course of study. Suppose the course is 1 year, 6 months, 2 years, 3 years. Designing of course also very important. The students' mentality in graduation level, post-graduation level, intermediate level, school level. Curriculum also should change. Okay. The postgraduate training and research. Suppose PhD level, no, what they are doing research only. What do you mean by research? How to start research, how to do research. All these things are going to learn in the university level, post-graduation level. MPhil scholars, PhD scholars are doing research in various kinds of fields. What they are going to do. Okay, what kind of problems are there in front of them? Okay, how to overcome them, how to analyze them, how to I think, understand them. All these things are being continuing in research in various fields of I think subjects. Okay. Professional education, how to develop the professional education in India and also abroad. It talks only. Religious education, how to I think maintain religious education system in society, how far it is useful, how to maintain that. It's a very sensitive issue. Don't take me serious only. Right. Then medium of instruction, which medium we are using it, the graduate level, postgraduate level, medium of instruction also most important. According to the standards of education, standards of students know, we should inculcate the medium of instruction also very important. Okay. Then examinations, how they are conducting examinations also very important. Then students, their activities, how the students are doing education, what are their activities, what kind of activities they are doing that, that are important. Women education system. Women education system also very important. And constitution and control. How our constitution has been working. That means all-round knowledge. All-round knowledge. We should develop it through joining the university. That's why university has proposed the University Education Commission 1948 to 1949. No, this kind of changes, this kind of rules and regulations are incorporated in the curriculum. That's why we can develop it. And also finance, how the condition of finance in India, and also rural universities. The go to the rural universities, how they are universities are there, what kind of development is there, how the funds are going on, what kind of research has been going on, what courses have been designed. Okay, yes, are they studying well or not? Universities are available to the students, common man. All these things are we have to understand it. This is called, I think, objectives of University Education Commission. This is called where here I am going to, I think, discuss that. Okay. Here, University Education Commission, first one, aims of education. Second point, no, teaching staff, standard of teaching, course of study, postgraduate training and research, professional education, then religious education, medium of instruction and examinations, students, their activities and the welfare, women education, constitution and control, finance education, finance situations, and rural universities. If you go through one by one clearly, you understand very clearly. And the question is given right about the university education system in 1948-1949 means no. This question is a major question, important question in the exam point of view. You can go through silently here is, and I think no, from this question no, you can make a main synopsis, sidings, remember that, and explain your own way. You can get a, I think easily good marks in exam point of view. Okay, right. And also, yeah, these are the questions what I discussed here, what we discussed today. Those questions you have to, I think, focus it and prepare the synopsis for every question, no, and very useful to you in the exam point of view. Okay. Okay.
Sir, one doubt.
Please,
Personally, it is
yeah,
not recorded from the book. Personally, I'm asking, sir,
yeah,
if you don't mind.
yeah.
Is the evaluation part in our not regards from the book, sir. I'm asking generally. I'm asking to you. So
Evaluation,
examination will be done held in our study
yes,
center only, sir, for us.
evaluation is two types. One is called value of paper, one, and also through orally evaluate. Suppose if you come to interview, orally they evaluate you, what kind of situations you are, how you are, what kind of knowledge you have. That is called oral evaluation. You write something examination, they call it written paper, we evaluate what is written, what is the question, what is the answer. So the answer, how far you have, I think the point, how far you have, I think written all the points. What is the important point you focus that. There are two kinds of evaluations are done everywhere. One is called oral, one is called written. Yeah. According to our valuation, they judge you, they give marks. Okay. Any question, please? Yes. Okay. Okay, please. Okay.
Sir, small doubt, sir, regarding the assignments, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, what is the impact of the grant in aid system?
So grants and extra depends upon government much. Because the university UGC can grant them. I think the grant they have released the grants only. I can need of the universities. So
Yes,
different.
sir. What is the impact means?
Definitely. Suppose the university has given full grants to the university, definitely there's a lot of growth is there in the university education system. All the courses which are designed in the university, the students actually learned it because libraries are there, books are there, all resources we have. When resources you have now, definitely those resources are useful to develop, I think, education in physically, mentally, psychologically, socially also. It depends upon the releasing of funds by UGC. In degree level, each level. Intermediate level, no, Board of Intermediate Education. School level, no, Board of Secondary Education System. Every level, that depends upon the source of budget, source of resources, it is grown. The students also study happily, they get very good knowledge, and that knowledge is indirectly get given to the university or colleges. The impact, definitely, that impact is there on the students. Impact is there in society also, right?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Welcome, please. Welcome. How many students actually come? How many students have come? 55, no? 55, send attendance, please.
Okay.
Send attendance to me. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hi friends, we got the assignments question. Did you saw everyone? In group, PG group. Hello.
Hello, what? Pardon, please.
So we got the questions of assignment. You have to submit up to 31st March maybe. Did you got it that assignment PDF?
April 30th up to last date.
Yeah, 30. Yeah.
First assignments will be submitted on March 30.
30th, 38th, 31st. We have to submit all the assignments.
No, that is there is no. I think so. There is no 2 dates. That is 31st.
Only one date. They have mentioned only one date.
Only one date. That is April 30. For all. Hello.